Bangladesh, though a relatively small country by area, is home to a massive population and a rich, dynamic culture. Often overlooked in discussions about global affairs, this densely populated country holds some of the most astonishing and unexpected truths that can surprise even the most seasoned travelers. From its unique family traditions to its economic importance and natural wonders, Bangladesh presents a contrast like no other. In today's video, we're going to unveil 10 of the most shocking and surprising facts about this intriguing country. And trust me, you don't want to miss what we'll share at the end. It's something that few people realize, yet it has a massive impact on the global economy. So stay with us till the end for that jaw-dropping revelation. Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to World Marvels for more amazing insights into the world's hidden gems. Welcome to World Marvels. 10. Women's role in family life. Bangladesh is known for its cultural diversity, and one of the most fascinating aspects of its society is the role of women in specific ethnic communities. In particular, the Mandi tribe, also known as the Garo, practices a unique matrilineal family structure. In this system, family leadership, property, and inheritance are passed down through the female line, giving women significant control over family assets and decision-making. But what makes this community truly stand out is its centuries-old tradition of sharing husbands. Yes, you heard that right. In some rural areas, women can share their husbands with their sisters or other close female relatives. This practice, although diminishing with time, still holds in certain areas, and its origins are deeply rooted in the Mandi's matriarchal society. Sharing a husband is not only a way to keep family resources consolidated, but also a method of ensuring that every woman, especially those who have not found partners, can have children and support the community's growth. This tradition may seem shocking to outsiders, but for the Mandi, it's an integral part of their way of life. 9. Air quality crisis. When discussing the world's most polluted cities, Dhaka, the capital of Bangladesh, often tops the list. The city's air quality has been a growing concern for years due to unchecked industrial pollution, vehicle emissions, and the practice of burning biomass, which leads to dangerous levels of air contamination. The concentration of PM 2.5 particles, tiny but hazardous particles that can penetrate deep into the lungs, often exceeds levels recommended by the World Health Organization. With over 10 million residents packed into the metropolitan area, breathing toxic air has become an unfortunate part of daily life for Dhaka's inhabitants. Industrial zones that lack environmental regulation, combined with Dhaka's rapid urbanization, have created a cocktail of pollutants. During the winter months, the situation worsens as temperature inversions trap pollution close to the ground, leading to spikes in respiratory diseases and heart conditions. It's not uncommon for doctors to advise patients to wear masks or stay indoors during peak pollution days. Despite numerous efforts to improve air quality, progress has been slow, and this remains one of the country's most pressing health issues. 8. Overcrowded transportation. Imagine boarding a train where there's no space inside the carriages, and people are hanging on to the sides or sitting on the roof. This is a daily reality for many Bangladeshis who rely on the country's overcrowded public transportation system. With over 160 million people and a high percentage living in urban areas, getting around can be a challenge. Rickshaws, three-wheeled, pedal-powered taxis, are one of the most common modes of transportation, especially in the densely packed streets of Dhaka. These vehicles are affordable and accessible to the masses, but the lack of proper traffic regulation makes the streets chaotic and often dangerous. The country's railway system is another testament to its overcrowding issues. During festival seasons like Eid, it's common to see trains with passengers riding on top of the cars or clinging to the sides. Ferry boats crossing Bangladesh's network of rivers are similarly packed, often to dangerous levels. The congested roads and waterways are a daily struggle for many, highlighting the need for better infrastructure and public transportation reforms. 7. The shipbreaking industry. One of Bangladesh's most dangerous yet economically crucial industries is shipbreaking. The shipyards in Chittagong, the country's main port, are home to the largest shipbreaking yard in the world. Here, massive vessels that have reached the end of their operational lives are dismantled for their valuable materials. While this industry provides jobs for tens of thousands of people, the working conditions are often deadly. Laborers work with minimal safety gear, exposed to toxic substances like asbestos, heavy metals, and oil residues, which lead to serious health problems over time. Most workers in this industry come from poor, rural areas and are attracted by the promise of relatively steady employment. However, the job is grueling, with long hours, low pay, and high risks of injury or death from accidents like fires, falling debris, or exposure to hazardous chemicals. Not only does the industry pose dangers to workers, but it also significantly damages the environment. The coastal waters and surrounding land are heavily polluted by chemicals that leak from the ships being dismantled. Despite these challenges, the shipbreaking industry remains a vital part of Bangladesh's economy, and efforts to improve safety and environmental standards are still in their infancy. 6. Language and cultural identity. Bengali, or Bangla, is the official language of Bangladesh, spoken by over 98% of the population. The importance of the Bengali language cannot be overstated. It is not just a means of communication but a cornerstone of national identity. The fight to preserve Bengali during Pakistan's rule was a pivotal event in Bangladesh's history and ultimately led to the country's independence in 1971. The 21st of February is celebrated as International Mother Language Day, a day that honors the martyrs of the language movement of 1952. This movement, which demanded that Bengali be recognized as an official language, resulted in the deaths of several students who were protesting peacefully. Today, the day is marked by ceremonies, cultural events, and tributes to the fallen. Bengali literature, especially poetry and music, is deeply respected and forms a core part of the country's rich cultural heritage. Notably, Bengali poet Rabindranath Tagore was the first non-European to win the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1913, further cementing the language's global significance. 5. Natural disasters. Bangladesh sits in one of the most disaster-prone regions in the world, facing annual threats from cyclones, floods, and earthquakes. The country's geography, with its vast river deltas and low-lying coastal regions, makes it particularly vulnerable to rising sea levels and extreme weather events. Cyclones are a recurring danger, and some of the deadliest storms in recorded history have hit Bangladesh, causing widespread devastation. These storms not only destroy homes and infrastructure but also displace millions of people. Flooding, often triggered by monsoon rains or the overflow of the country's more than 700 rivers, is another constant threat. The country's dense population and limited resources make disaster preparedness and recovery incredibly challenging. Though the government has made strides in improving early warning systems and building cyclone shelters, the sheer frequency of these disasters makes long-term recovery difficult. Additionally, Bangladesh's location near tectonic plate boundaries makes it prone to earthquakes, further compounding the risks of widespread destruction. 4. Population density. Bangladesh is one of the most densely populated countries in the world, with over 160 million people living in a space roughly the size of the U.S. state of Iowa. This equates to more than 1,100 people per square kilometer. The country's high population density puts enormous pressure on its infrastructure, resources, and social services. Urban areas, especially Dhaka, are overcrowded, with slums growing at an alarming rate due to rural-to-urban migration. People move to the cities in search of better jobs, healthcare, and education, but often end up living in substandard conditions due to the lack of affordable housing. Despite these challenges, Bangladesh has made remarkable progress in areas like life expectancy, literacy, and economic growth. The government has implemented several population control initiatives over the years, including family planning programs, which have helped slow the growth rate. However, the challenges of providing basic services like clean water, sanitation, and education to such a large and concentrated population remain immense. 3. Street food scene. Food is an essential part of Bangladesh's culture, and nowhere is this more evident than on the bustling streets of its cities. Vendors offer a wide variety of traditional snacks that tempt locals and visitors alike. Some of the most popular street foods include fuchka, small fried dough balls filled with spiced water and chickpeas, and pithas, sweet or savory rice cakes. Another favorite is chaat podi, a spicy dish made of chickpeas, potatoes, and boiled eggs, topped with tamarind sauce. While these foods are delicious, hygiene standards can be concerning. Many street food vendors lack access to clean water and proper sanitation facilities, increasing the risk of contamination. Utensils are often washed in the same water used to clean the streets, and food is sometimes prepared in less than ideal conditions. For this reason, tourists are often advised to be cautious when indulging in the street food scene, as stomach issues can arise. Still, for many Bangladeshis, street food remains a beloved and affordable option for a quick meal on the go. 2 World Heritage Sites. Bangladesh may not be the first country that comes to mind when thinking about UNESCO World Heritage Sites, but it boasts several impressive landmarks that showcase its rich history and natural beauty. The Sundarbans, the world's largest mangrove forest, is perhaps the most famous. This vast, watery jungle is home to the endangered Bengal tiger, as well as a diverse array of other wildlife. The forest plays a critical role in the region's ecosystem, acting as a buffer against cyclones and providing a habitat for numerous species of birds, fish, and reptiles. Another remarkable site is the ancient city of Bagherhut, known for its Islamic architecture. Built in the 15th century, the city is home to the famous 60-dome mosque and other impressive structures that reflect the region's rich Islamic heritage. Finally, the Buddhist ruins at Pahrapur, one of the largest monasteries in South Asia, offer a glimpse into Bangladesh's connection to the Buddhist tradition, which once flourished in the region. 1 Textile industry powerhouse. Bangladesh's economy is heavily reliant on its textile and garment industry, which accounts for more than 80% of the country's total exports. In fact, Bangladesh is the second largest exporter of clothing in the world, behind only China. The industry employs millions of people, most of them women, and has been a driving force behind the country's rapid economic growth over the past few decades. Despite its importance to the economy, the industry has faced numerous challenges, particularly when it comes to worker safety and rights. The 2013 collapse of the Rana Plaza factory, which killed over 1,100 workers, brought global attention to the often dangerous conditions in which garment workers operate. Since then, there have been efforts to improve safety standards, but progress has been slow. The industry continues to face scrutiny from international organizations, but it remains a critical lifeline for many of Bangladesh's citizens. Bangladesh is a country of stark contrasts, where ancient traditions meet rapid modernization. From its cultural richness to its economic struggles, the country offers a fascinating glimpse into a complex and dynamic society. After hearing these surprising facts, what do you find most intriguing about Bangladesh? Is it the rich culture, the resilience of its people, or something else? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to World Marvels. Let's keep exploring the wonders of the world together. Until next time, take care and keep discovering.